You have to take me to a really nice dinner. And I said, oh, game on. A fun, sexy bet.
Go back and watch that whole video and then go to A Dose of Pink's page and watch her playlist on manosphere tactics, like these red pill tactics, because so basically this young lady is talking about this older man, he's just about turning 40, who she was in a relationship with, I believe she said for 2.5 weeks, and they decided to go and be exclusive over the past 48 hours. And then he started pulling some F-boy, S-H-I-T, right? And I watched her follow-up video to the trick question. So basically, she was in a relationship with this guy, and there was some USAP, some early warning signs of potential problems that she was peeping. And she decided to go on ahead and break up with him because she felt a lot of these conflicting emotions. And there are probably other people out there who could speak more to the tactics that are used in relationships to kind of bamboozle and pull the wool over women's eyes, because there are specific terms and terminology for those things that I'm not privy to. But there's one thing that I am privy to as an older woman, right? Honey. So towards the end of her video, she was like, these men don't date women their own age because they probably will require or ask more of them. No. You know the saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right. So listen, older women have seen it before. They've seen it before. Dose of Pink's page, she's actually a young woman who has spent some time, and she actually paid for some of the subscription to these manosphere and red pill inside groups so that she could learn the tactics, and she made an expert playlist. So I recommend all young women go watch that playlist, some of the older women too, and I recommend younger women, please understand that older women are not your enemy. We are trying to help you. We are trying to save you. Right? We've seen it before. I watched the follow-up video that she did that about his trick question. So basically, he had a bet with her, right? And was like, oh, and it just so happened to happen right around the second date, which they talk about in red pill communities. So he had this bet where he was like, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. And so the game was to answer opposite to what the real answer is, right? And so the first 2 questions were easy. And then the third question happened to be a gotcha question. So the third question was like, oh, because he was losing. And he was like, oh, man, have you played this before? Then, wah, wah, wah. Here he was like, ha, gotcha. Now you have to take me out to a restaurant. This is Red Pill 101. They are in groups. Listen. They are in groups behind the scenes learning how to run game on you. I watched her follow-up video and, oh no, it was at the end of the first video where she was like, oh, he's old enough. Oh, no, I believe it was the second video. Nonetheless, oh, he's old enough to have come from the time where negging was really in and popular in his day. Dear, let me tell you, he ran game on you from date 2 because that is the tactic. They want to make sure that you're down for opening up your wallet and busting open your wallet down there too, right? They want to make sure that you're not there for just the ride, the ride. So I bet you the restaurants that he had taken you to didn't amount to the Michelin star restaurant that happened to be a part of the bet. Because on the third date, which was this bet date, was the date that he made the reservation to he already had the Michelin star restaurant. She spent over $300 on that date, right? Not only that, the reason why she broke up with him is because the Christmas gift he decided to give her was them two going out to a sports game, and she doesn't even like sports. So it's like, hun, you dodged a huge, you dodged a bullet. Look, you talk about it was too early for you to have some of these feelings. No, your feelings were coming up right on time. They were coming up right on time, yeah. That's your intuition talking. Pay attention to that, because what they're doing is they have these groups behind the scenes, these red pill men, and they are coming up with the best tactics to trick you with. So that game, that bet that he played with you is what they're discussing behind the scenes, so that you ask her first two easy questions and then you joke and laugh it off, and then you say, oh, and then you're like, haha, gotcha. And then the next thing you know, you're coming out of pocket for a tremendously expensive date, which is probably far more than he invested in you at that point. But what they're talking about is they want to test to see if you a down girl, down a chick. They're supposed to go and they're supposed to pat and be like, oh, I forgot my wallet. This is what they're supposed to do. So right around the second date, so they're supposed to take you on the first date. Then around the second date, they start feeling that angst because there's another YV edit. She talks about how men are constantly wanting to impress one another. So they want to come back behind the scenes and talk about how the tricks work. Oh, they got them a good one that they can use, right? He was talking about how older women are in such a rush, but now he want to put a rush on this young lady. Oh my goodness, right? He wanted to run game on you so that he could go behind the scenes to tell the boys how it worked. So they are supposed to go out with you. After the second date, they got to make sure that you down. So they're supposed to be like, oh, I left my wallet at home. And then they're supposed to see what you're going to do. If you pick up the tab, you a good one. If you don't. But meanwhile, they're playing damn games. They're not sincerely interested in a real connection. They're cutting and pasting these old, tired tactics that bum-ass men who don't know how to maintain healthy relationships with real women are giving them behind the scenes. This is the red pill to penis pipeline that is going on, the real pipeline, pun intended, that's going on behind the scenes. They don't want you, they want one another. You're just a trading card. Listen, you're just something that is there, that they use for fodder to impress other men with how they can game, manipulate, and get over on you. Girl, you got out early. Thank your lucky stars that you did. He didn't have anything good planned for you. You see how your very first Christmas, instead of getting something that you would like, a thoughtful present, the manosphere and the men that he's really trying to impress told him to get a gift that he would like. So basically, your Christmas present is taking him to the doggone sports game. That's your Christmas present, taking him, right? Nonetheless, I watched that whole video. Go over to Dose of Pink. Check out YV Edit and Sovereign. Just watch a plethora of different content on both sides and get a balanced view about what may be going on out there, because it's ridiculous. It's like, I was going to say the bar is in hell. I was going to say the dating pool has piss in it, but I honestly don't know what to say. The sad part about it is that there's so many men that have been corrupted by the manosphere and red pill that it's boys, it's middle-aged men, it's older men. And the crazy part is that they're not taking the time to self-reflect to see, oh, what can I do differently? What can I do better to have healthy, functioning relationships? Because you know what? I was going to say they're going to men who don't have healthy relationships, but I don't even think that's the point. Because notice, when they're talking about what it is that they want from a relationship, they don't want to treat a person right. They're not looking to treat a woman right. I mean, this is why they're mad at Russell Wilson with his relationship with Ciara. They never want to talk about getting into these relationships to treat someone well, to simp on a woman, to go above and beyond, to dote on her. No, it's always about how they can use and discard you, how they can get and extract as many resources from you as possible. Listen, I'm a self-love specialist. My name is Tanya TKO. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and leave your comments below, because loving yourself is listening to your intuition and surrounding yourself with women who know better. Honestly, that's all I'm going to say. Leave your comments below. Peace.